Let's discuss this some more now with Bilgehan Ozturk. He joins us from Ankara and he's a foreign policy researcher for the SETA Foundation. Bilgehan, always good to speak to you here on TRT World. How are today's historic events going to affect Türkiye's regional reliance on gas going forward?
It is obviously going to impact Turkey's regional energy dependency and in its relations with regional countries to a great extent. We have to say that it is a long-term dream for Turkish decision makers and at the same time the Turkish people alike for a very long time to have Turkey's own natural resources, and there's a good reason to have such a dream because energy dependency impacts Turkey's policy choices and impacts its relations with other countries, and also its strategic orientation in geopolitical issues. So, for these reasons, it has always been a pain for Turkey's policymakers to be energy dependent on other countries, and at the same time, when it comes to Turkey's economy. One of the greatest contributors to Turkey's current account deficit is its huge energy bill. Turkey has always been a country, lacking its own natural resources, and this resulted in Turkey's inevitable dependence on certain countries in procuring its energy resources. So at the same time. In the war in Ukraine and also in the war in Georgia, we always experienced this difficulty because our over-reliance on Russian energy resources, for example, contracted the area of maneuver of Turkey and contracted the liberty when it comes to choosing its policy options. So in these senses, this exploration of huge gas deposit in Black Sea region, and finally it's being able to transfer it from sea to Turkey's grid. It's a huge win for Turkey in terms of its foreign policy options, in terms of its energy security, and at the same time, it's solving a structural issue in its national economy.
How could Turkey's foreign policy change as it becomes more of a regional hub for energy in the coming years?
As I said, there have been certain examples of where Turkey faces difficulty when, for example, when Russia invaded Georgia, Turkey was over-reliant on Russian energy resources, and it was inevitably impacting Turkey's decision. Although Turkey wanted to be much more vocal against Russian invasion, it had to strike a more balanced approach. And at the same time, the same we see in the trajectory of Turkish foreign policy for the past decade, when Turkey wanted to differentiate, diversify its resources from Russia, for example, by procuring from Iran, Nigeria, and Algeria, other countries, when there was an outside and external pressure, such as the U.S. sanctions on Iranian resources, Turkey had to again turn back to Russian energy resources. So for many years, Turkey's reliance on Russian energy sources, especially in natural gas, stood at around over 50%. And through efforts by Turkey through diversifying its own energy generating precautions such as renewable energy, Turkey managed to decrease it to slightly over 30%, and it is arguably freeing Turkey's hands in its negotiations and bilateral relation with Russia. So in this, as we see in this example, it is the hope of Turkish decision makers that this exploration and having Turkey's own natural gas resources first will decrease the energy bill of Turkey, will decrease the spending of Turkey's own natural resources, and at the same time will decrease the dependence on its dependence on other countries such as Russia and maybe in Iran, and this will create a greater area of maneuver in Turkey's decision making process and dealing with its partners.
Bilgehan Ozturk, always great to get your analysis live to us there from the Turkish capital. Thank you.
Thank you.